to the group berries, typically green, purple, red or black, and growing clusters on a grapevine. It's eaten as fruits or used in winemaking in case of wine grapes. Grapes belong to the family called Vetaceae and originated in Western Asia and Europe. Some grapes have seeds, others don't.
Like you see from
Janan Mubehabwe, a grapes farmer in Bushenyi district, grows wine grapes suitable for wine production. He launched the venture in 2000. Anyone taking to grape farming must make market research for local and international market. It all starts with identifying suitable location with the right soil type to support the grapes to grow well.
Brown soils are not so good for these grapes. If you can have black mixed, they call them either loam or I don't remember that very well, but black soils are really good for it mixed if you are able to have a mixture of the two. But very brown soils are not so good for this.
The cuttings are first put in a nursery bed before they are shifted to the main garden.
But you start with a cutting that is like this, which you put in a potting bag, put some soil and put under a nursery bed.
The cuttings are transplanted to the main garden or filled after 3 months. It's highly recommended that manure is applied to the garden.
That means that you have now to prepare your main garden very well. Make sure it is cleared of all the grass and the weeds.
In planting, appropriate spacing is critical.
You will dig your holes that 2.5 feet square. I mean, no, not square, circular, and then with about 2 feet down, to make sure that by the time this, because it will be growing, it has good soils, soft soils, that the roots can be able to easily penetrate and have quick growth.
As the grapes grow, the garden has to be maintained, as Janan explains.
To make sure that you are looking after the plant very well. There are no weeds around it. Is that as if you allow the weeds to grow around, then they are competing with the plant for the nutrients. That is one aspect.
From the time of planting, the first grapes will be harvested after 2 to 3 years. But he explains that the first harvest is normally not good, but the farmer should not worry about this.
But as the years go by and you improve on your knowledge and skill in looking after the garden and the plants, then your yield will increase.
How can the farmer know that the grapes are now ready for harvest?
But as you are doing the harvest, again, there is the quality control that we've got to do. You don't just harvest each and everything. You've got to look at the ripeness. You've got to look at, there are some that will have probably over-ripened and are kind of not so good.
For renewal, the branches that have been cut off have to be given time to rejuvenate.
Because it's been flowering, and so it needs to rejuvenate and reshoot again as you prepare for the next season.
From his 40-acre plantation, Janan can harvest between 7,000 to 1,000 tons of grapes, selling each kilo of the wine grapes at 2,000 shillings. Unlike many other farmers, Janan Mubehabwe goes to the next step, producing wine from the grapes, which he supplies to local and international markets.
This is used to separate the wine from the must. You see the berries that we are looking at the other side, they will still be part of the fermentation. So now you put it, there are specific bags made, so they are put down here and pressed so that the juice runs out here and tapped.
He explains that grape farmers face a number of challenges, which include paying high taxes, especially during export.
With the taxation of the finished product, if you want to export your wine, it attracts a lot of tax. Even within...
He claims that there is also unfair competition because some wine exporters are non-taxed.
And so you find yourself in a competition with these other producers who are not paying that tax for you, because we are registered. If you are going to get a UNBS permit and all this, you've got to go through the due process of being a recognized company, and so that is another challenge.
Ivan Kimuli Kigozi, NTV.